Okay, so this is your African bullfrog setup. You've presented a wet season. You have a large body of water, damp soil, light, heated water, filtration, right? You got everything going. You woke up, your frog is burrowed in the soil, just like mine, he's under there. Your question might be, well, I thought they don't do that when you present this. And that's not true. Wet season, they still love to burrow and hang out in the soil. They will not be in the water 24/7, 365 a year, right? They love to go on land and be in the water, and you just never know where they're going to be. The key is that they have that option. That's what they have here. So it's a wet season. There's plenty of water. The soil is very moist, right? What you want to do when your frog is in there is just keep up with that. Just keep pouring water, keep the soil. You should be able to take it and feel like if you really give it a good squeeze, you should feel like maybe you could squeeze and get a few drops of water out of this, or feel very wet. Feel that dampness coming through, but not quite. That's what you're looking for, right? Try not to bother and agitate the frog during this time, right? It'll be in and out. It could be here for a day, days, weeks, and months. You really don't know. The last time Kiwi, my frog, was in the soil like this, burrowed in, he was here for six weeks about. But during that time, they don't just always stay there like that. They'll pop their head out, their eyes out, they go in and out, in and out. They create these, it's so cool, they create these circle pockets. And you'll see it in time with your own experience, you'll understand. They create these like circle pockets that is like around their body, and then it's like they're in, they're out, they're in, they're out. But the key is, as long as everything is damp enough and all your temperatures are correct, this frog is not going to cocoon itself. That's the difference. He's not going to go into a cocoon, into a hibernation, brumation state, right? That's what you want to avoid. Now, let's just say hypothetically, you kind of forgot to keep up with the soil, and you went to do your periodic check just to check on the frog, and maybe you moved around, you found the frog, and you noticed that its skin was different, or he looked different color. It could be the cocoon, and maybe he did go into a hibernation or a brumation because of you kind of fell off a little bit. What you do is you just take like a big cup of water. There's like 2 cups, right? And just pour it all right on top of where the frog is, and that's going to stimulate a heavy rain, or like a flood, and that's going to wake the frog up. But you don't want that to happen if you can avoid it. And what you do is just like I said before, that just keep up with your soil. So you're going to want to take water, and you're just going to want to pour that in here to not agitate the frog. Just pour it over them. All right, the soil is going to get muddy. It's going to get really soaked in that area, but it will start to disperse into the drier soil. You're not going to suffocate your frog. It's fine. When it feels all that, it moves around, it knows what to do. Thanks for watching the video. In my last video, I spoke about African bullfrogs moving around in the soil during a wet season. It's natural behavior. They're not in here to brumate. I also mentioned that they create these craters, just like this one here. I assure you I did not do that. These frogs will create these craters, stick their face in and out of here. Sometimes you'll see them barely, sometimes not at all. Sometimes their whole head will be out, and it look like they clean themselves of soil somehow. Sometimes they'll have this crater, and then later or tomorrow you'll come back and it'll be all cleaned over and fully burrowed, and you won't have that crater. And everywhere the frog moves around under the soil, this kind of happens. They create those pockets everywhere that they go, those craters, right? For this to happen though, you have to have the soil at a good depth. If the frog burrows down, bottoms out at the bottom of the aquarium, the enclosure, and the soil is only up to their shoulders or barely covers them, they can't do this. They can't move around right. They can't create these pockets. This is a behavior that you're not going to see.